the best way possible. The name is Law Nation. Let's go. Say, ain't no party like a trap party, right? So let's get this thing going the best way possible. Yeah. 7 round. We're going to talk about that. Dallas Cowboys, 30 visits. We're going to go over that as well. But on your way in, be sure to hit that like, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Come on. Let's go, baby. You rockin' with the nation. And if you don't like that,
you must be out your goddamn mind.
Let's go. Come on. All right. Sharing is caring. Let's go. Cowboy Nation, rise up to the occasion. Win, lose, or draw. Don't have us to punch you in your jaw, right? All right, appreciate everybody for jumping in. The name is Law Nation. We're going to talk about the 30 visits, like the prospects that the Cowboys pretty much had their eye on, right? And we're going to talk also about, Blogging the Boys did a mock draft, the 7th round, and we're going to go over those guys as well. And I believe that the Cowboys, heading into this draft season, they got a philosophy, they got a plan. And, of course, right now we can't see the end of the recipe. We just looking at it like, man, come on, man, make this guy. Go get that guy. Go get that person, right? But they have some type of plan of action, and it's just not up to our tasting right now. But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation. We just have to wait and see. And I believe Will McClay, Chris Hall, and all of those boys will do a wonderful job in drafting. But so far as the 30 visits, we can look at that and say, well, they did bring in Treylon Burks, right? They're going to visit him and make sure everything matches up with the skill set that he brings to the table. That's a possibility of the first-round draft pick. They also brought in Kenyon Green for a situation for a cup of coffee. But what we can do with that, those are what? Offensive guys. Chris Olave, offensive guys, right, for the first 30 visit. Kade Oton, that's an offensive guy. Jelani Woods, I meant to say. That's an offensive guy, right? So we can pretty much gaze just a little bit and say, all right, cool. The Cowboys are looking into this thing as it relates to offense. And, of course, they brought in Sam Williams, right? Defensive guy, Ole Miss. Shout out to him. Looking like a Parsons clone out there. It is what it is at this point. Shout out to you, Williams. Appreciate you for jumping in. So where will the Cowboys go? We don't know. We definitely don't know, but there's always speculation for the nation. And when we look at draft picks from our eyes, we can say, man, the Cowboys should go around this route, right? And this guy will help elevate this team if they take a risk and go ahead and get out of the norm and get that big body inside like a Jordan Davis, right? That's out of the norm. That's flat out of the norm for the Cowboys to do something like that. And that's just how it goes. Shout out to you. Should the Cowboys try moving up in the first round? This from Donald. Just depending. Squeaky says he likes Sam. Man, Sam tape is just remarkable, right? Oh, his tape looking good out there, right? Some of the other guys, Sky Moore, he looks good. Man, that tape looked good. Oh, my goodness. But, as the room fill up, we would start to go over everything once the room fill up a little bit more. Appreciate you, Pablo. Thank you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Marvin, for the 100 stars. We need offensive line, Gary Stokes. Yeah, I agree. Do we draft team needs or do we go BPA? Is BPA the way? Because I'm all with team needs, but I'm also with the mindset that you got to go with BPA, best player available. And the reason why I say that is because you don't want to say, hey, I need an offensive lineman. And then on your board, and if you're not being real to yourself, and on your board you have another player that's higher, and you say, well, I need. It goes all the way back to the Tristan Hill situation. We needed an interior guy. But the best player available was a defensive back, right? And the Cowboys went with the need of picking up Tristan Hill. DK Metcalf was right there as well, right? But I'm not trying to look at that as a reason why you shouldn't draft need versus want, or BPA, I meant to say. But I just look at it like this, BPA all day. We looking at two picks as it relates to even CeeDee Lamb. He was a BPA. That was the pick for him. He was the best player available. But we needed defense, right? Everybody was banging on the table. We need defense. One can argue and say, hey, man, you should have drafted Trayvon Diggs there, right? We didn't need a wide receiver at that point. But no, the Cowboys said, this is the best player available on the board, and we're going to go ahead and scoop him up. And there's two folds to that. You got systems, right? Scheme. Is he a scheme fit? You see, T.J. Watt wasn't a scheme fit, nor a system of way they wanted their edge rushers to look and what they can see out of his skill set. But Taco Charlton, he fit the mold of the scheme that they played and the system that they was operating out of. But we, as fans of the football game in general, we all knew, come on, let's be real. We all knew that T.J. Watt was a better player. So that's just how it goes. Shout out to you, Nicole. Appreciate you. Asmodeus, what a waste. Yeah, it was crazy, man. Could it worked with us with Taco? It could have, right? I'm not finna just rain on the man parade, but it didn't work for us. It didn't. All right, so let's get right to the chase right here. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Happy Friday to you guys. It's heading into the weekend, and you got so many things to do, and I know you guys got more important things to do than listen to me rumble, all right? Y'all got FBI, open up! Hey, don't shoot me, What up, y'all, man? I appreciate you guys. Let me just jump right on in. Not want to hold you guys long. All right, so according to Blogging the Boys, they did a 7th-round mock draft, and we're going to go over this, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on the reasons why they went with said players. Shout out to you, T-Zilla. And we're going to go over this, and I'm going to give you guys the info on these guys. So let's get right to it. Cowboy Nation. Woo. With the first pick in the 2022 draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Zion Johnson, Boston College. He's an offensive guard / center. And the players that was available for the Cowboys to pick was a Kenyon Green, a Treylon Burks, and, of course, Bernhard Ryman. Those were the guys. Now, the sexy pick out of this would have been Treylon Burks, right, if you're looking for an offensive jazz. But I'm going to tell you guys right now that no one is stronger than Zion right now. No one is stronger coming out of the combine. Is stronger than him, and I believe the positional flex as it relates to playing that interior and have the ability to kick inside to be the center. That is remarkable. And in the pinch, I don't know if you can put him at tackle, but he's strong, baby, and he's quick, fast, and he's elusive. I like this situation for the Cowboys if they do go with Zion Johnson. And keep in mind, we do need help. We do need help. So with their website on Blogging the Boys, they actually went with Zion Johnson with the first pick. And I can't get mad at that one. You know, that is trench. You know, you guys, you win and lose down in the trenches. And I love the aspect of bettering your best inside. And the Cowboys been having issues with that. Now, Connor McGovern, he got blocked for feet, but he's strong, right? But when it was time for us to see the Connor McGovern at left guard, it didn't work out well, in my opinion. I think that you can still mold Connor McGovern as that fullback, keep him in the backfield or what have you, and in a pinch, he can be the guy that can be inserted in. But give me Zion Johnson. I absolutely like his skill set. And let me know how you guys feel about Zion. You know, I know that a lot of people wanted Kenyon Green, right? And Tyler Linderbaum, he was already gone as it relates to this mock draft. But I will be happy with Zion Johnson, believe it or not. I like strength. I like athletic guys, and I like the speed aspect that he brings to the table. And it would be good. Now, Kenyon Green, Jay Lombardi, would not be a bad look as well. But having the ability to pick either two of those guys, right, or either one of those guys is a better way to say it. Either one of those guys is a good situation. Now, Treylon Burks, come on, let's be real. We like him, right? But, you know, it's more so of what's best for the team right now. To keep your quarterback upright, right, and to have that fort that's in front of him. Offensive linemen, write this down, nobody want them until they need them. Nobody want them until they need them. And that is the reality of it. I've seen people say, well, if Pat Mahomes had a better offensive line, he would have 2 Super Bowls right now. Right? But that's not the case nor the scenario. His offensive line went flat, and all last season they said, look, let's reinforce the offensive line. One can argue this right here. If Joe Burrows had a better offensive line, he probably would have had a Super Bowl, right? He was running for his natural life. But the flash in the pan will always be the wide receiver. And that's just how it goes. So, with that being said, the Cowboys went with Zion. Let me pull up his picture again. And there's no way that you can be mad at that one, outside of if you are a big, big fan of Kenyon Green. All right, so let's move on a little bit to the second round. In the second round with the 56th overall pick, the Dallas Cowboys select George Pickens from Georgia, wide receiver, 6'3", 203 pounds, and pretty much here he is right here. George Pickens, I'm going to tell you guys right now, when you think of him, of course, you will say, hey, he ain't no Amari Cooper. No, and he's not a supreme route runner guy. But he is a guy that can high point the ball, dive out for the ball, big body. If you like his tape, if you want to look at real good, solid tape of George, look at the Alabama tape. That's against quality DBs, right? Quality defense. And he was finding the soft spots in the zone. He was high pointing the ball, and he can stretch the field. So him falling to the 56th pick, not bad at all. And see what the Cowboys did. They went offense, Zion Johnson, and then they went with this pick right here, George Pickens. And I pretty much, all you got to do is just pull up the tape. Turn on the tape, turn on some of the All-22, and just take a real good look at George. Got good hands too, yeah, James. And Olave been gone. He's not going to fall all the way to the second round here. Olave been gone. But if you're looking for a guy that pretty much similar, not the same, but similar to a Gallup / Lamb, it's George. George Pickens is a real good guy. This is a deep wide receiver class. And the Cowboys, they got James Washington, not Denzel. They got Michael Gallup, who's waiting. He's not going to be available until like at least week 4 or week 5. And you still don't want to rush him out there. But this offense will look pretty good with CeeDee Lamb, James Washington, George Pickens. And then you still try to figure this thing out with T.J. Vasher, Simi Fehoko, and Noah Brown. Yeah, so Pickens is pretty good at this spot. And I'm going to read some of your comments, how you guys feel about this. Now, they passed up on Kingley. They passed up on Leo. They passed up on Trey McBride. And, of course, they passed up on Jalen Tolbert. So when you look at everything, you talking about John Michie, Law Roll Tide? Yeah, shout out to him. If he's there, all right, so who do you like better? You know, George Pickens or John, from Roll Tide, Alabama, baby. I want Watson. It's Christian Watson, right? Aaron Lewis in the second. And according to this, those guys were not available, Jay Lombardi says, hey, a lot of people, Landon Moore says he like John, okay. And then Jahan Dotson, oh, my God, he's pretty good, too. He catches everything in sight. Michi, I see everybody like Michi, okay. Look, when you just turn on the tape and watch some of George game, man, this dude performs, baby. And he high point the ball, bring it down, big body, 6'3", and like I said, he's not the nuanced route runner guy. He's not that. That's not his game. But he got subtle speed, top of the route. He's physical. He high point the ball. Hey, he gets into the mind of the DBs. They tend to PI him. So if you like that out of a wide receiver, you got to love him. All right, so let's move on a little further. 6'4", 4'3". We need speedsters, Law. Yeah, speedsters is in this draft. We do. James Washington is known to take the top off the defense, right? Although he runs a 4.5 40, he can still take the top off the defense. We've seen him do that. And Gallup, he's able to take the top off the defense at times, right? We don't know what Gallup is going to look like. And we know that the Cowboys don't have that guy, that 4.3 blazer guy. Simi Fehoko ran a 4.3, but I don't see short area quickness out of him. I see straight line speed, which can be very deceptive in the NFL, right? And Lamb is definitely not the guy that you can say that he's a blazer. He's more quick than fast. But this team will operate out of the confines of Lamb being the number one wide receiver. He's going to demand the attention. It's going to be a lot of Schultz underneath, and as well as whoever going to be that wide receiver that they draft, they can garner attention on the one-on-ones against the nickel back or against the third DB. Watson would be that guy. I like Watson too. Scott Moore is pretty good too. Let's not sleep on Calvin Austin, right? Far as across the board, speed-wise and athleticism, he is your most athletic wide receiver that's coming out of this draft, hands down. His shuttle time, his 3-cone drill or what have you, and his 40 time, all ranked tops, not just in one category. So if the Cowboys can fool around and get Calvin Austin, the one with the C, not the Notre Dame one, it may can work out with them. It may can. All right, so moving on to the third round, Cowboys have yet to select a defensive guy. will the Cowboys go defense? Let's go. With the 3rd round draft pick, 88th overall, the Dallas Cowboys select Brian Asamoah. Here's the thing. You talking about a guy. Asamoah is a guy that pretty much flies around sideline to sideline, Cowboy Nation. And when you look at his tape before you guys say, oh, no, not a Sooner, he shot to this OU, I think that this guy, in the hands of George Edwards, hear me out, in the hands of George Edwards and good old Coach Dan Quinn, would be dynamic. He would absolutely make you forget about LVE, Luke Gifford, and on top of that, this guy is a super special teams guy. John Fossil, Johnny Bones would love this guy. And when you're talking about matching and pairing up with, dare I say, Parsons, soon as D was trash, laugh out loud, pass. No. Look up Brian tape. And he was the good stuff that was under that trash, He was the guy that was flying to the ball. Quarterback rolls to the right, and all of a sudden you see 24. Shout out to the 24s. Y'all know I love that number. You see 24 flash and get around to that edge and make the quarterback pay. Forces when he hits you, the ball just tend to fall out. He just make things happen. And I believe if you look in the 3rd round and if he's there, you go scoop him up. Quay Walker is there in the 3rd. I'm taking him. This is Iceberg Q. I feel you. I like Quay. I like Quay. I like Dean. I like the Alabama kid as well, Christian. But I like this guy right here, Brian, as well. Within the confines of this coaching staff. Yeah, and Christian says Quay will be the first Georgia linebacker drafted. Oh, you got some fighting words there. He opened to Kobe Dean. Okay, I love it. But this is the thing: the Dallas Cowboys in the 3rd round will make something shake, and I like this one. I appreciate you guys for jumping in. I wish I had some background draft music for you guys, but you know how that go. All right, so there's a trade, and we're going to move on to the 4th round, and you guys might already know who this guy is going to be. Cowboys been loose lips with it, showing they love and adulations everywhere about this one, and here we go. In the 4th round, the Dallas Cowboys select Sam Williams. And this is the situation from Ole Miss edge rusher, Sam Williams. They traded to get this guy. And pretty much, you like what you like. You like what you like. And Sam Williams, of course, he's been known to be the Michael Parsons clones as it relates to looks, right? They kind of favor each other. Now, he did have trouble past, sexual assault back in the days or what have you, and that is a situation that drew red flags, but the case was ultimately dropped. But if you look at the production on the field and just gloss over the sexual assault or sexual battery, what have you, charges. It was felony charge, which will drop. This also made his stock drop, all the way to this positioning here. A lot of teams will not touch it. But if it's any team that can touch that, would be the Dallas Cowboys, right? We have Molly crying on ESPN and some other fake news reporter crying, saying, oh, it's just bad that the Cowboys get these type of guys. We're going to have those type of reports, unfortunately. And but this dude had 12.5 sacks, 15 tackles for loss in 2021. And that is not easy to come by, right? And I just look at it like this. Yeah, some people would like to have Majai Sanders, right? Let me know if you'd rather have Majai Sanders or would you rather have a Sam Williams, Let me know. Aaron Lewis said, damn, he's still guilty. No, leave the man alone. Iceberg Q says, don't do that voiceover. But that's just how it goes, Let me see. Sam Williams all day. Man, all I want you guys to do. Shout out to my guy, Cowboys fan only. He did a video on him. He did a film breakdown on him. But just type in Sam Williams, all 22. Look at his tape. Look at his tape, and you will see. Is he bendy guy? I don't see a lot of bend off of his tape. I see he got Stretch Armstrongs over there. His arms are long, baby. His arms are long. He can get around. He got a great deal of power. He plays all the way through. He's a big gap destroyer. I just like his skill sets, and he can play off the edge and control that C. So I like his skill set. Now, keep in mind, if he's in the 4th round, of course, that's good. But don't try to reach in the 3rd or the 2nd. That would be crazy. That's insane. But for the 4th round, and I always like to contextualize it like this. You have Dan Quinn, Coach Dirty, I think he's still here, right, on the front, that will get this guy together. Sam forces fumbles. Yes, Iceberg Q. Man, you
want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I like to see out of his skill set. And Jackie Price says faking injury is what the old Piss defense is known for. Oh, man, you must be from Mississippi because only we say that about the Ole Miss, But shout out to them. And, it's all Jackson State over here. And then, of course, I have 2 brothers that went to Hell State. So that's how it goes. But neither here nor there. Shout out to him. If the Cowboys are able to scoop him up, that would be a good scenario for us, right? All right, so let's move on a little further on down this mock draft. Are you guys having fun with this mock? So far we got some guys, right, that we can see with some Cowboys silver and blue. I still like the Zion Johnson, and I definitely like George Pickens with the confines of this team, a tall, physical wide receiver, gritty, a dog mentality. I like that aspect of it. And on top of that, you got Brian, who's wears number 24. He will, in my opinion, look better than what we've seen out of Keanu Neal and also what we've seen out of LVE. I love the fact that we can still go into this thing and make some things shake. All right, and then Sam Williams, it's not like he's going to be given the opportunity, right? He will have to think about this, the pathway for that brother. He's going to have to fight through Chauncey Golston. He's going to have to fight through Dorrance Armstrong and Dante Fowler, right? It's not going to be given to him. So every single day, it's a dog fight. It's a dog fight. Who going to get the bone? There's one bone out there. And I love it, right? And D-Law is going to make sure that, nah, man, you're keeping your pad levels too high. You guys go back and watch the documentaries that came out. What was it that we had? Whatever that documentary. What was it? Whatever that doggone stuff that we have. What was it? When we had D-Law, where he was coaching up the guys on the sideline. What was it this past season? It wasn't All or Nothing. It was something else. Hard Knocks. Appreciate you, Swine. Yeah, Hard Knocks. You'll see D-Law all in there coaching up the boys, right? We forgot about Hard Knocks. Most time when you're in Hard Knocks, you don't even make it to the playoffs, right? So hopefully this season, we don't have Hard Knocks. We won't have all of that exposure. And we can do some sneak stuff, right? We can do some hybrid looks and everything else. But it is what it is. Let's go to the next draft pick. There's another trade with the 4th round draft pick. the Dallas Cowboys select Jelani Woods, tight end, Virginia. Yeah, you guys like that one, huh? You like that one? I would say right here, that is a good situation. Good situation for us. Because you got this dude who's like 7'1". No, he's 6'6" or some 6'7", I believe, and he runs like a gazelle. He's 253 pounds, and you're talking about a quarterback that got to feed in a window, right? This dude got the whole balcony, and he's athletic. I think that if you look at the construct of this team on the offensive side of the coin, you will have to say to yourself, yeah, you got Schultz. Remember, 12 personnel, that's where the Cowboys flourish, right? Even in the run game, because it forces you to bring that safety that's sitting high to say, damn, I got to climb down inside the box. So they got to get out of the quarters for that particular look, because you don't know whether or not they're going to try to run out of that package or they're going to squeeze you with bigger bodies with the mismatch for the lighter guys inside. So that's why 12 personnel in this particular system works. So now if you bring in Jelani Woods and you have Schultz on the opposite side, you got a guy that can vertically stretch the field, and Schultz can get back to his business of being the underneath the guy, the cleanup guy. And I think that put a lot of stresses on the opposing team. And you still have to worry about CeeDee Lamb on the outside. You guys get what I'm coming at now, right? Think about it. That little spurt of time when we had Jarwin out there, we went 6-1. We was running the ball effectively, right? So we was 4th overall in rushing. Put all of that into your mental mind. So I look at it like this. Jelani Woods will be dynamic for us. We got a tight end that can vertically stretch the field, can nose the ball, got good hands, and we traded up to get him. We traded to get this guy, and I think that this will be a very excellent pick for the Cowboys. How do you guys feel about Jelani? I'm going to read some of your comments here. Burks fan, appreciate you, Christian. I feel you. Yeah, damn, he's huge. Just from C. Nix. Yeah, he's huge. Let's see. Absolutely loving this mock draft so far. Yeah, it looks prettier as we go down this particular runway. Just like last season, right? It got prettier as we got down the runway. These are all solid picks, in my opinion. Blogging the Boys did a wonderful job, and I'm going to share the link when it's over with. Jelani Woods is LeBron playing football. Tay, you right. Tay, you right.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
I would love to see this guy matched up in this offense. And we go back to some of the 12 personnel looks, right? And we utilize and use this guy. And this would work out well for this particular team. And we can get back to running the ball better and disguising some of our looks. As vanilla as it is, I think that this will work out tremendously for us. And Cowboy Nation, as we think about this all together, hear me out. Let's move on to the next pick, because this start looking good. Start looking good, baby. It start looking good. All right. So we talked about offense, defense, and all of these other things, right? So now we're heading into the 5th round, and the Cowboys still have some situations that they got to iron up, right? And we leave no stone unturned. So in this 5th round, the Dallas Cowboys select Velus Jones Jr., Tennessee wide receiver. Now, of course, they had DeMarco Jackson, Noah Ellis out there, Bubba Bolden, and Sterling Weatherford. But Velus Jones, if you're looking for, remember, I was telling everybody that I really, really want the Cowboys to look into this and say we're going to find our punt returner, our kick returner, come hell or high water. And Velus is that guy. He's a 4-3 guy, 4-3-1. He's built right as that slot. He's a true traditional size of a slot guy. And on top of that, I'm not saying that he can take the top off the defense on a consistent basis, but the dude can take the top off the defense. Oh my goodness, just look up his tape. I get it, right? Now, is Calvin Austin better than him? Yeah. Is Sky Moore better than him? Yeah. But I'm looking at it within the confines of this particular team. Only looking at it within the confines of this team. And I have to tell y'all beautiful people that this would be a damn good pick because of the fact that he don't have a lot of food on his table, right? All you got to do is say to yourself, this would be a dog good pick for Johnny Bones, right? He is like a Cole Beasley, James. Yeah. And he's a little more thickly built, James, than a Cole Beasley. He's shifty. He's quick. And he finds that soft spot in the zone. And think about it. Cole Beasley was undrafted, right, for a reason. But this guy right here, just look up his tape, Cowboy Nation, and you will see the shiftiness. You will see the speed, the acceleration. It seems as if, though, when he's in the open field, you're not catching him. Like when you look up his tape and you see when he gets open, right? And there's not a lot of tape of somebody climbing behind him and catching him, So, and he's shifty. So I like that. Villiers can play special team as well. I like this Law. He's a weapon. Yeah, that's what I like. So Big Orange in the house, right? They said Jason Witten pretty much hand this over to the Cowboys. Said, hey, go get this guy. But it is what it is. We look at all of this and we'll say, man, we need us a guy that's not afraid to high point the ball and catch it. And just for size, he's electric. He's 6 foot and he's 204. So he's solid build. He's not like a slender guy. You hit him, he folds up and he breaks like a pretzel. He's not that guy. He's evenly built. And when you look at everything, he's so shifty. And this would be a good placement for everything. All right, so let's look at the Dallas Cowboys other 5th round draft pick. And keep in mind, we don't have a 6th or 7th in this particular mock draft because we traded him away, and I don't think we lost the 6th round draft pick, I believe, for one of the guys that we had last season. I forgot his name. But neither here nor there. The final pick of the day of the Dallas Cowboys night. Let's go. In the 5th round, the Dallas Cowboys select with the 176 overall draft pick, John Ridgway from Arkansas, defensive lineman, 320 pounds. This guy will get you down. Look, you can line him up right at 0. This boy right here, I promise you guys, just look up the tape. He's a good run defender. He plays through the echoes of the whistle. He's the first one there, the last one to leave. I really like this value pick because you get him in the latest round, and it's a new philosophy. You match him up, pair him up with Big Bo, right? You only gave Carlos Watkins a cup of coffee, so you bring in this boy and his Arkansas ties, right? You may not got Treylon Burks, but baby, you got this boy right here that come to work with his lunch pail. And just like what Jay Lombardi did, he put those flex muscles in the chat. This is what he's going to do. This is what he's going to do, Cowboy Nation. The first one there, the last one to leave, that is what John Ridgway do. And he's a stout, and you talking about putting pressure on the opposing team, pushing that, shooting through the A-gap. Man. Occasionally, just putting the doggone center in his back pocket. I like saying that, and we talk about this all the time. Value picks, we talk about at least kicking the can on somebody down the line that specializes in one good thing, and that one good thing is stopping the run, and that is my guy, John Ridgway. Hey, think about this, Cowboy Nation. Let's not look at John as it relates to, oh, man, he's going to have to be the enforcer to do everything. No. Truth MDP, rotational with high motor. Yeah, we look at this thing, Cowboy Nation, as a conglomerate, right? As a pick that will help out the other guys. And I just look at it in the 5th round. You go pick up this big boy, you put him inside, and you'll say, all right, D-Law, all right, occasionally Parsons. Because we like to send Parsons through that A-gap, believe it or not. We like to send him right through there. But John, big hog, why don't you go ahead and eat and gobble up some stuff, right? Because Parsons, we're going to do a delay blitz, and we're going to send Parsons through there. And this would be a gap filler with 320 pounds. Who's solid built. It's not a sloppy 320. Look up his tape, Cowboy Nation. And I think that they did a wonderful homework blogging the boys on this mock draft series of all of the guys that the Cowboys possibly could get. And I'm going to share this link with you guys and check it out. Check it out. And this was probably one of the better mock drafts I've seen in a while, Cowboy Nation. It got all of the things that we pretty much need, right? Even doing a BPA philosophy, we got pretty much all of the things we pretty much needed. If you guys look to your chat, you will see the link to this mock draft. I flat out like John Ridgeway. I like the Jelani Woods because we need help at tight end, right? I like the Brian, the linebacker situation, because we do know that we have not slept on Jabril Cox. We know what Parsons brings to the table. And that answered that linebacker role, right? It's not like we pretty much sold on Luke Gifford. And then as far as the wide receiver, youth is always a good situation. Even if you don't like George Pickens, it can still be a situation where you have to say to yourself, man, he's 6'3", he runs pretty well. He played, and when the lights were bright, he showed up in that game, played well against the Alabama team, right? And that's answering that situation there. Just in case if James Washington, all of the fluff talk about him don't pan out, and especially you got similar type or styles of wide receivers out of all. Wait a minute. All 4 of those guys, right? CeeDee Lamb, high point the ball, bring it down. Gallup, high point the ball, bring it down. Oh, James Washington, same way. You just have a taller James Washington out of George Pickens. And I think that this team will still feature the offensive line. We need help at that. And player evaluation is still 365. As much as I call him Cap Boy or Baby Nuts or Taney Nuts or whatever, John Stephen Jones, and this is no cap, Cowboy Nation, as much as we talk about that, after the draft, there will be plenty of veteran guys released and out there on the streets because of the draft selections. And we have coins this year. We have coins, so after all is said and done, we will go into this thing and say, okay, hey, we're bringing this guy in, we're bringing that guy in. And then you guys will hear, breaking news out of Dallas. The Dallas Cowboys pick up blah, blah, blah guy, right? And it'll work its way out. I still see this team as a 10-win team. They're going to win 10 games. I still see and I believe that. Far as the running back situation and scenario, I really believe that they're going to feature Tony Pollard more, right? This is a contract year for him. Why would you not give him any play, right? It would be crazy to say, hey, Tony, contract year, man, we're just going to stash you and we ain't going to present anything to the table for you. No. If anything, you give him touches, you give him looks so that you can bump up trade value or bump up market value and try to get something out of return with that. Yep, D-Block, that's all we can do. We can hope so for right now. F55SU says Brady to Miami rumor is going around. I heard that. It was on radio station, and it was even on shout out to you, Jacket Price 13-4. I'll take that. But we got to give us a playoff win. We got to get us one for the 2022 season. We got to give us multiple playoff wins. And I'm not going to say the other word, but we got to get us one. But the Brady situation to Miami, let me just touch on this just quickly. It's foolery, right? The dude unretired, he gets out there, and I'm quite sure that the Tampa Bay talking about they want like 4 or 5 first-round draft picks for him, right? And if that happened, for him to ultimately go to Miami, I'm like, man, this dude just chasing all the rings, man. You know, he just makes sure he goes where the team got everything around him ready to go, and he plug and play himself, you know. But it is what it is. If that rumor manifests itself into a truth, it's crazy. But it is what it is. And it's crazy. Brady not going to. It's Jay Lombardi. Brady's not going. It's all talk. Bucks free agents come back to the Tampa for a reason. Yeah, it is. It's clickbaity-ish a little bit, you know. But that's the society that we live in. Clickbait news, man. TMZ news. I seen somebody hackle the bejesus out of Bobby Wagner. Dude's trying to leave out of the airport. Well, flying into the airport to L.A. to go to his destination. And it's on TMZ. They all got the camera in his face. Hey, man. Hey, dude stuttering, talking all over himself. Hey, man. You know, are you gonna go to the Cleveland Browns? Are you going to go to la? Let that man be. But people want attention. People want to get those views. And I get it, you know. Maybe that put food on that man's table. But it is what it is. That's the society that we live in. People placate, people cap, people say things that's not even accurate. People say, hey, I'm the one first with the information, knowing that they got it from someone else. You know, it's all a lot of cap stuff, man, out here. But it is what it is. I appreciate everybody for jumping in. Ghostface Killer, appreciate you. He says, but Law, that's how they keep players' value down, right? By not featuring them and try to lowball them. Ask Amari Cooper. Yeah. Unfortunately, man, I hope the Cowboys change their ways, right? But it is what it is. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. It's Friday. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and let's continue to grind and shine. The name is Law Nation. Be sure to hit that like, share this content. If you watched all the way to this point and you didn't smash that like button, didn't even share, the content is free. The like is free. But come on, man.
Shame. Shame.
Come on, man.
Shame.
You know, it's shame, baby. Y'all be sure, man, to help the nation by sharing. And on top of that, those who donate and join the membership, this is just me on my way out, letting you guys know that you have access to wearing this jersey, right? And I hope somebody win it that want to wear it. If not, if you don't want to wear it, you can always put it in a frame and hang it on a wall because it's a Hall of Famer. That's the playmaker. 88 will look good in your house. Ain't this right, Cowboy Nation? That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. Let's get on up out of here. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. I might be back. If we have any breaking news, I may be back. Shout out to you, Stephen White. Shout out time to everybody that's here. But I really want people to write this down. And we always try to leave off with some positive notes. But I always tell people, when the end comes for me, let it find me conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one, my friends. No. And also, when you're up against your struggles, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, Cowboy Nation, do the best that you can do. Guess what? Black may be the clouds about you and your future may seem grim, but don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. If worse is bound to happen in spite of all that you do, Cowboy Nation, the media always like to attack you, spit upon and use our good name. It's low blows opportunity. But we continue to fight. We don't fold up like a wadded or a lawn chair, Cowboy Nation. We root for our team. Let them cry about it's been 25 to 27 years. Let them cry about that, but we ain't going nowhere. Bring it. We right here, and we ain't going anywhere. Ain't that right? Even hope may seem but futile, then with trouble may be beset. But remember this, Cowboy Nation, you're facing what other legends have met. Michael Irvin, the playmaker, right? Troy Aikman, Roger Staubach, Emmett, Jay Novacek. You just gotta keep fighting. Keep your head high. Eyes through the finish, Cowboy Nation. And see this thing all the way through. That's what I'm gonna do. Even climbing out of the grave, I'm gonna be saying, go Cowboys. Nobody can turn me away from this. This is the reality of it. Stand tall. Put your helmet on. Let's get ready to fight, baby. This is not just Sparta, huh? This is Law Nation talking to you. Let's go, baby. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. Appreciate you, Sadiqa. Let the AI speak.
MLTE Law, but I'm here to support.
Appreciate you. Love the support, love the adulations. Let's go. Let's get out of here, baby. Let's get these recruits up. Let's go. Appreciate everybody who stayed all the way to the end. Let's go.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. They wanted me and nobody take me. Phone ringing and I tell them it's ice. I got wifey young, and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. Jeez, no, please, no photos. Hit the door and the doorman just whole team here might need some. Still young, but I move like a new deal to my lawyer. If you're down in my management, I'm just warming up and wait till I. Old producer saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up, talk of the town when you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough. Wanna get you new things with your pockets dull. Run it up. I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really excites me.
Mystic Mike Gamer, appreciate you. Shout out to all the subscribers. Appreciate your love. Thank you for support. Let's go. Come on.
I keep giving game away.
Come on.
I put game on layaway.
Low.
I got paid to play today.
All right.
I get paid to stay away.
All right.
I get paid on rainy days.
All right.
I might make it rain today.
Come on.
I got paid off pain today.
I did.
Y'all to take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would
baby.
never sell my only soul.
Never.
Heard your whole team was for sale.
Not the
Put this on the
Cowboys.
market for the low.
Hey.
Who the realest, we might never know.
Right.
All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up. Ooh. Now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food.
Need some milk.
Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy,
Right.
get out the way, it's
Come
been
on.
a day, now you're old news. Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my moves. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on, bling and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos.
What's this?
Jeez,
5, 4, 3, 2.
please, no photos. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on, bling and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. Jeez, no, please, no photos.
All right.
Shame.
Come on, baby. Hey, ho. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Appreciate y'all. Appreciation. Without hesitations nor deviations of the matter. The symmetry with me to you is 1,000. Let's go. Hey.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Breathe me out, breathe you in.
Yeah.
Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you.
And
For you. Ooh. Don't let the
Come on.
street lights
let's go in reverse order.
alone.
Ridgeway. Hey.
You know it's dangerous to go alone.
Come on. That Jones is
Don't let
fast.
the street lights hit you.
So is the wood.
Can I be your player too?
Sam, get down.
Whatever
Smash.
whatever you
Suck.
do,
Come on.
play it too.
George Pickens. Who remember Carl Pickens? Let's go.
7 years of perfect love. 7 more and another one.
And another one.
And another one. Finding you was the one I lost. 7 wonders all in one. All in one.
What we tell them?
Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your play it too?
Let's do it again, baby.
Wherever you go,
Let me see some strong arm emojis in the chat.
play it too.
Man, this dude can take the top off the defense. Just look up his tape. Man, this dude taller than a giraffe.
Paper crane can fly.
This dude's arm is long. Long.
So
Let's go.
far,
Sideline to sideline. God,
if a paper crane can fly,
look at this, man. I believe I can fly. Come on.
So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.